Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 4 of the Vegan Test Kitchen. Today we are making pistachio-rose water cookies. It's going to be a short video, so I thought this would be kind of nice just to have a dessert. Here's what you're going to need. Flour, sugar, salt, canola oil, lemon, vanilla extract, pistachios, baking powder, cornstarch, soy milk or rice milk, ground cardamom, rose water. First we're going to get a mixing bowl and mix together the sugar and flour and a couple other things. Sugar, soy milk or rice milk, canola oil, vanilla extract, rose water. If you've never bought this before, I actually had a hard time finding it. I went to Kroger first, couldn't find it there, and then went to Whole Foods. I think it was in the juice section where the juices are, oddly enough. Typically you'll check the ethnic food section is what they say in the cookbook. It's usually with the Mediterranean type stuff. So we're gonna put 1 tablespoon of rose water. It smells like a rose bush or an old lady. Now I'm gonna set this aside because we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of lime juice and then a teaspoon of lime zest. 1 lime should be good enough. Now we're gonna do the lime zest. You could probably use one of these peelers that people use for any kind of vegetable. It would probably still work the same. But I have one of these and I never get to use it. And it's asking for a teaspoon of lime zest. Well, that is not going in there at all. This is a half teaspoon. All right, now that we've got all this, it says to whisk it. Now we're gonna add the cornstarch and then whisk that till that's dissolved. God, this stuff flies everywhere. Now we're gonna add the flour, baking powder, salt, and cardamom. And we're gonna mix well. So I'm not even gonna attempt to use the whisk. Now that it's mixed pretty well, what we're going to do is coarsely chop the pistachios. So I just got the unshelled pistachios. We're gonna just chop them into fairly small bites, but not terribly small, not terribly big. We're gonna chop them up. This is probably gonna be a disaster. So just make sure that they said to do it kind of slow. I almost just got murdered by the light umbrella. So what we're gonna do is just chop it kind of slowly and make sure that we don't shoot them everywhere, because that's probably what would happen. I'm sure most of you are thinking, why didn't you put that in a food processor? You could do that. You could put it in a food processor, but I like to make things difficult, like I said before. If you do put it in a food processor, I think they said pulse it maybe 20 times, but just get them into bite-sized pieces like this. That way, when we roll the cookie dough in it, then it will be kind of small pieces. You know what? We didn't even set the oven, so you should have set the oven, and it should be on 350, I believe. Let me check. Yes, 350. Let's backtrack. Turn the oven on to 350. You should have done that first. And then do all the stuff we just did. When you prepare the cookie sheets, you're gonna have 2 cookie sheets. You can either lightly coat it with something, either oil, or you can put parchment paper, which is what I did, because my cookie sheets are really gross and they're old. They're clean, but they're just really ugly. We're gonna get the cookie dough and we're going to roll these up and they said it's a little bit smaller than a walnut. Yeah, that looks good. And then we're gonna dip them in the pistachios. Said to put 2 fingers down, and then that way there's pistachios on top. And then we're gonna set them on the baking sheet about 2 inches apart. If you have OCD, this is probably gonna kill you. I apologize. Okay, we have a few pistachios left over, so I'm gonna just sprinkle them on ones that don't have a lot. All right, now that's done. We're gonna stick them in the oven for 13 minutes. It says they will be soft, but that's okay. They will firm up as they cool. Let's throw them in the oven. So 13 minutes has passed. We're gonna check to see what they look like. I don't know how to gauge other than to say they've been in for 13 minutes. They're probably gonna be a little bit of soft, a little bit. We're gonna take them out. So you wanna let these cool for about 5 minutes, and then you can eat them. Ideally, if you have a cooling rack, you should put them on there. That's what the book says. Put them on a cooling rack. I don't have one. 5 minutes is done. So now we get to try our rose water pistachio cookies. They're really good. So they're a little bit soft, and they might be a little bit, I would say that they're undercooked, but they're really, I wouldn't be able to leave them in any longer. I don't know if I told you all this. My oven is a little bit off as far as the temperature goes, so I'm always trying to guess. If it were the proper temperature and you did the proper time and all that stuff, it should be good. This is good. It's just a little bit chewy inside. I don't know if you can see that, which I actually prefer my cookies chewy. That was a nice crunch and taste with the pistachios on top. This is really good. I suggest you try this if you're tired of the same old cookies, want to try something different. This is really cool. Rosewater pistachio cookies, 2 thumbs up, 2 cookies up. As always, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you try these because these cookies are really good, but you should try all the recipes. I'm always curious to see what you guys think about them. As always, subscribe below. We're going to be pumping out some more videos for you guys. See you guys soon. I'm done.